there's a generation of talent that's coming after you that doesn't even know what it's like to be in the same studio with people that you're working with. And you've done this so many times. A great example is, A Lost Art, the soundtrack, and the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack.
Legendary.
Man, like you go through the names of artists Whitney, Tony, Shaka Khan, Patti LaBelle, Brandy, TLC, just like an insane collection of talent. I mean, it's hard to ask now because we're obviously being, a Monday morning quarterback, but did you kind of know in the moment that oh yeah, we're doing something that is going to be hard to replicate in the future? Or does it just feel like a Tuesday?
You don't know. You really don't know. You just singing because you love to sing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when I did my first record, which was the first record that ever came out on me and I was living in the project still with Father MC. I'll do for you. I did it, but I was in the projects and my song was on the radio.
Yeah,
and I was nowhere near getting out. I'm getting out, and then You Remind. Then I did the Strictly Business soundtrack, and then You Remind Me jumped off the Strictly Business soundtrack onto the radio because Red Alert broke it. Red Alert, all the mix show DJs was throwing it in there. And so I say all that to say we don't know what we're doing until we've done it. Mm-hmm. And we created a whole lane that continues to go for even new generations to sing about their pain, sing about my man did me wrong, sing about, I'm a survivor. And look at what we did, what I mean?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And Babyface was that anchor.
Babyface did Not Gonna Cry.
He was the anchor.
Yes.
What was that moment?
Oh boy.
I don't want to, we have to talk about specifics, but just was he more influential to that song than you were influential to that song? Did he present that song to hey, look, here's the idea of this song.
Yes.
Go for it. Or did you come with the idea?
No.
Oh, okay.
Babyface came with the song. And he sang it and everything. He sang the whole thing.
Well, all that.
Babyface, he's like that.
Of course.
He's gonna be in control. You're gonna sing the song that he wrote. You can add what you want, but he gonna take control.
Do you think that kind of trust as a collaborator, right? Does that who knows when to lead and when to step back or when to go, when not to go? Is that harder to find today? That type of collaboration?
I think you just got to be humble and you just have to let people, let me just give you, for instance, No More Drama. Everybody thinks that I wrote No More Drama. Mm-hmm. I didn't. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis wrote No More Drama.
Legendary, by the way.
But they pinpointed exactly what I was going through in my life. And I was like, yo, are y'all following me around or something? Because word for word, So I just always had this humility where, and I do it with everything. If I don't know, I don't know. But if you have something better, you have something better. That's when, there's no I in team, and greatness comes from being a good listener.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you have to follow the lead or something like that.
That's the fact.
Whatever that saying
For
is.
sure,
So,
yeah.
And I don't know what these people are doing now. I know that's what I do though. I listen and because I want the best. So if you have a better answer, that's what I want.
Yeah. I just feel like, a lot of artists now, and thank God technology because they can put music out as quickly as they can, whatever. But I really do think we miss something about producer, artist, we're going to figure this song out for as long as it takes to figure out before we get out of here. And, I think we could kind of hear that. I think, when you listen to songs, back in the 90s or the early 2000s and you listen to them now, even down to the little ad libs in between songs that we act stories about, what were you talking about when you said that? Were you speaking to the engineer? Why was all those things, those little instances are kind of losing, they're kind of leaving. And then the way you create music, and I'm assuming in the way you continue to want to create music, is that been something that's sort of held you back on putting out music so soon because that producer collaborative effort between the artists is a lot different now?
Well, not for me, because I'm gonna go for the Rodney Jerkins or whoever the hottest young guy is, you know, Brian Michael Cox, who did, you know, We Belong Together and Be Without You. He's all about that. He's all about, you know, the old fashioned way of producing and everything like that. But I think as an artist, you make it what you want it.
Yeah.
So if there's a young producer and he's the new hot guy on the street, you come in and you take control. You're like, this is what I want. No, stop. No.
Facts.
For real. So, you know, I don't want no, you know, whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
I want what I want. So.
And you can feel that. Like, you can hear that, you can feel it when you're in that studio. You can.
Yeah.
I mean, not nothing. Like,
you know what they don't.
You could be.
You know what.
You could be the next hot producer.
I mean, look, the engineer, if he sucked, I'd be like, look, you about to be fired. I said do this. Like, I turn into a whole nother person in the studio. I'm not nice. I'm not, because I want my.
You can curse here.
I want my shit to be right.
But you earned that, though. You've earned that right. You know what I mean? You've
absolutely.
earned that right.
Listen, if you a young hot producer,
absolutely,
and Mary J. Blige is telling you how she wants something, you should probably do exactly what she says, right?
You know, niggas be coming there with their own little 1-2s.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Try to add their shit on. And...
Have you ever had a situation like that where it was like, nah, Mary, you need to do it like this?
Yep.
You're like, whoa.
And I've stopped. Nope. We're going to do it the way I'm doing it. Or I don't even want to use your music. I don't even, because people, the ones that come in like that, their stuff be whack. It be, yeah.
Well, still coming get the work, young producers. Like, you know,
no, you know, you
just
gotta
nothing
practice.
wet.
Yeah, you gotta get in the gym. You gotta get in the gym. Artists always talk about that one song or one beat that got away from them. What's that one song or one beat that got away from you?
It's not something that got away from me. It's just that I know what's for me and what's not for me.
At that time.
Yes. So it was during the Breakthrough album, and Be Without You was on fire. And the whole album was on fire, and I was nominated for 8 Grammys. And Dream and Tricky came to me with Umbrella.
Oof.
And all I heard was, and I was like, yo, my fans is going to bug out on me if they hear me talking about 8. So I was like, I got a lot going on. I'm going to pass. And then when I heard Rihanna do it, I was like, see, it was for Rihanna.
It was for Rihanna.
It wasn't for me. So I'm not afraid to pass on something that's not for me. It got away.
Yeah.
But it wasn't for me in the first place.